Well, good afternoon and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Today we bring you Cabrillo Baseball as they host the Santa Ynez Pirates. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from Don McIntyre Field on the campus of Cabrillo High School, where the 3-8 Conks are set to take on the 4-5 Pirates. Santa Ynez takes the field today on a 2-game win streak, having knocked off Viewpoint and Yerington to wrap up last week's Central Coast Classic tourney. The Conks also played in the Classic, defeating those same two teams before falling to Canyon 4-2. So with only 3 games left in the Channel League season, both of these teams need a win today if they hope to stay in the playoff hunt. Stepmeister Mike Loney can't be with us today, so you're stuck with me again this afternoon. So now's the time when I'd ask him for some sage pregame analysis, but lacking that, I'll have to come up with something else. The game just underway. Santa Ynez leading off as a visiting team. Matthew Gonzalez on the mound for the Conquistadors today. And the first pitch was to Victor Heredia, who got hit on the left leg and is already at first. One pitch and a batter on first base with nobody out. Next up is number 4, Young. Bunts it back over to Gonzalez at the mound, who would throw him out at first for 1 down. But Heredia advances to second on the play. So very quickly, the Pirates with a runner in scoring position at second with 1 out. Justin Kozlowski up to bat now for the Pirates. Looks at one inside from Gonzalez for ball 1. Kozlowski batting a hefty .340 coming into the game. One of the leading batters on this Pirate squad. Takes one outside for ball 2. We should note that it is windier than usual out here on the Mesa today. We're used to having some breeze up here on the hill, but it's exceeding our wildest dreams today with gusts up to about 40 miles an hour and lots of dust coming up off the infield from our left to our right. Fortunately, we are a little bit secluded here by the press box, so we're kind of out of it a little bit. There's a pitch smacked fouled on the first baseline. Takes the count to 2 balls and a strike to Kozlowski. Kozlowski with 10 RBIs so far on the season, looking for one more right here. Takes the ball out, low and away for ball 3. Again, we've got Heredia at second with 1 out. Just underway here from McIntyre Field. Count 3-1 at the plate. This one smacked over towards second. Should be a routine play at first to record out number 2. But in the meantime, Heredia sneaks over to third on the play. So with 2 outs. Cleanup batter. Cole Knightley steps up for the Pirates, number 15. Playing first base for the Pirates today. He looks at one just outside for ball 1. 2 down here in the top of the first. Runner at third. This one fouled high and back in the parking lot. Was out on the field prior to the game, feeling the wind, and it's everything blowing hard left to right. Call, strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. To Knightley. Gonzalez just misses with that one to even the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner at third. Got him swinging, strike 3, and that'll retire the Pirates here in the first. So they get a hit batter to put a runner on the bases, but no runs. No hits, one left. So after 1/2 inning here at McIntyre Field, our score is the Pirates nothing and the Conquistadors coming to bat. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Checking out the wind earlier, as I said, anything that's hit into right center or to right field is going to drift 30 to 40 feet towards foul territory. It is that strong out here today. Now warming up for the Pirates is their starting pitcher, Tyler Rasmussen. He's a tall kid, 6'4", 165 pounds listed. Just a junior, so he'll be back for one more season next year. Let's see if we can find out about his pitching numbers here. Rasmussen, 1.42 ERA, respectable. 4 wins, 2 losses in 6 appearances. 1.42, that's very respectable. And starting things off for the Conquistadors today, will be number 14, Anthony Lopez. We should note it as being the last regular season home game of the year for the Conquistadors. This was senior day, so prior to the game starting, they had all the senior parents out on the field, and I think there were 6 of them out there, moms and dads alike. And they all got together and threw out a simultaneous ceremonial first pitch all at once, which was interesting. Some fared better than others, but they all had the same wind to blame if it didn't work out very well. So, but it was fun. So here we go. Lopez up. Right-handed batter for the Cox to start things off here in the bottom of the first. Takes ball 1. Lopez batting .333 coming in. And the pitch blowing away goes all the way to the backstop for ball 2. Can't blame that one on the wind. 2-0 to Lopez. Looks at that one right down the middle for a strike call. Lopez with 16 hits on 48 at-bats. Fouls that one hard, but out of play down the first baseline. Evens the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bases clear here for the Conks in the first. The ball in the dirt, going outside. Takes us to a full count. 3-2 to Anthony Lopez. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on. High chopper over towards short on the run. Takes the throw. Nice play to record the out.
Now batting number 4.
So 1 down here in the first for Cabrillo, and Cesar Frausto up to bat. We're on number 4 today. Playing over second, fouls the first pitch high over my head. First strike going. It's a nice running play over there by Heredia. It's short to make that play the last out. And Rasmussen loses his hat, and it's still blowing all the way into foul territory off the first baseline. Might see a lot of that. Lost it on the pitch. And the pitch was a ball, so we've got 1 ball and 1 strike now to Frosted. With 1 out and nobody on. High fly ball, center field, drifting to right. And on the run to make the play is the right fielder. For out number 2. And another player loses his hat.
Now batting number 12, Garcia.
Garcia up now for the Conquistadors. Takes ball 1. Patrick Garcia. His usual place behind the plate for the Conquistadors. Does a great job back there. Takes one high and up. 2 balls, no strikes. Two pitch from Rasmussen. Low and away. And Rasmussen having a little bit of difficulty finding the strike zone so far today here in the first inning. It's 3-0. There's one down the middle. You see it taking all the way at 3-0, now 3-1. And that one's in the dirt. And Garcia will trot to first base on the walk. So a 2-out walk sends Garcia to first base. And brings up number 13, pitcher Matthew Gonzalez. One of the seniors that was honored pregame, as was Garcia, previous batter. High fly ball, infield, drifting right. Look at it catch the wind, drifting all the way to first. And out of the glove. That's the problem the wind is going to cause today. That ball started left of second base and drifted all the way over about 10 feet shy of first base. And in and out of the glove over there at first. That sends Garcia to third.
Now batting number 6, bases down.
First and third now. Gonzalez at first. Garcia at third. Mason Towns up to bat. Takes a mighty hack at that one. Strike 1. Wind just wreaking havoc out here. Anything in the air is going to be very hard to track down. Pitch low, good stop behind the plate. Count is 1-1, 2 down. Runners at first and third for the Conquistadors here in the bottom of the first. No score. Cox trying to change that here early. Runners going. Throw to second. Now they got him in a pickle. They'll track him down. And just barely got barely got Gonzalez picked off before he got back to second. The runner at third, of course, Garcia was taking off to home. He crossed the plate, but the run won't count as they ruled Gonzalez out at first base on the run down. So that will retire the side and end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error.
1 error, 2 left on base.
1 left on base. So after 1 complete inning here at McIntyre Field, Our score remains the Pirates nothing, the Conquistadors nothing. We'll head to the top of the second. Some of the Cabrillo faithful looking for an instant replay there on that tag out at first. It was close. But as I generally try and say, I'll defer to the officials because they have, he was right there and I'm 50 feet away. So again, this is the last regular season game for the Conquistadors here at home. They're going to travel to San Ynez this Friday and take on these Pirates for the final game against them. And they've got a interesting road trip to Kansas City, Missouri to play in a tournament over there during spring break here at school. And they'll come back to finish off the Channel League season on the 23rd and the 25th, both games at Santa Barbara. So this is the last time the Conquistadors will play here at McIntyre this year. So we'll go to the top of the second. Pitcher Tyler Rasmussen will lead things off. Looks at ball one. Fouls went off the screen for a strike. Desperately trying to get my papers organized in the wind here, folks. It's proving to be easier said than done. This one fouled over towards the Cabrillo dugout. There. It might be organized now. Holding on for dear life here at McIntyre Field today. Pitch low and away from Gonzalez. Evens us up at 2-2. Hit off the hands over towards short. On the run, throw to first to record out number one. Nice play by Towns over there for Cabrillo to record the out. So one down. And Casey Hickman will step into the batter's box for the Pirates. First pitch swinging. This is grounded just fouled on third base. And I do mean just. Oh, and I sense they have the snack bar going. I can smell the popcorn. They do it to, they do it to tease me. I'm quite sure. Just missed with that one for ball one. One ball, one strike. Hickman takes a strike two. Got him looking. Strike three on the inside corner. Hickman goes down for out number two. And that'll bring us to Dante Baruti.
Now batting number 11, Dante Baruti.
High chopper over towards second. Could be tough. Throw to first. In and out of the glove, and he's safe. Baruti safe at first. I thought that might be a little tough. It was on a high chopper. Took it on the bounce. And a quick throw over to first. Popped out of the glove of Kovac there at first, and the runner safe. Go to first, not in time. Baruti diving head first. Calls time to get the dust out of his eyes. That's going to be an exercise in futility today. Trying to keep dust out of anything. So 2 out, 1 on. Another throw to first. Rudy back. There's a called strike. Perez fouls this one off back towards the screen. So 0-2. This is Ben Perez. Just missed with that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Perez. 2 down. Runner at first for the Pirates here in the top of the second. No score. Pitch from Gonzalez. Check swing. Ball 2. Two count now. The pitch from Gonzalez. Runner going. Inside for ball 3. No throw. Rudy safe at second. That takes us to a full count to Ben Perez. And Perez will walk to first on the free pass. So all of a sudden, the Pirates have runners at first and second. 2 down. Logan Ast will step in now for the Pirates. Ast playing left field today. Takes one inside. Oh, close to 5 for ball 1. Two on, 2 outs. 1-0 pitch to Ast. Looks at ball 2. Ast batting .209 coming into the game today. Fouled high out of play and drifting east and south, as you might expect. Anything hit in the air today is going to be really difficult to deal with. We've already seen examples of that so far. It's difficult just to keep your hat on today. Outside corner for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here in the top of the second. Deuces are wild. Well hit in the center. This is going to drop. We should score 2 or at least 1. Nope. Good relay into third. But Rudy scores from second. An RBI single by Logan Ast. And it's 1-0 San Ynez. Ast is at first. Perez over at third. And we're back to the top of the order with Victor Heredia. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Watches that one go by for strike 2 called. So Heredia quickly in an 0-2 hole here with 2 outs. Runner going. Foul ball. So Heredia is still looking at an 0-2 count. Gonzalez trying to pitch himself out of a second inning jam. Runner going again. Throw to second. Looks good. Got him. Terrific throw from behind the plate. Garcia with a great throw over to second. And the Pirates will be retired here in the second inning, but they put one across. So 1.5 complete here at Don McIntyre Field. Our score is now San Ynez Pirates 1, Cabrillo Conquistadors nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. And Greg Ratcliffe here with you from McIntyre Field. Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio, providing the graphics and whatnot. In case you're listening on the web, don't forget you can catch us on the web at kpegradio.com, streaming live around the world as we speak. If you can't listen here locally, tell your family and friends, your baseball fans all across the country. They can listen to Cabrillo and Lompoc baseball and softball right here at kpegradio.com. So we will travel to the bottom of the second inning. The Pirates have taken a 1-0 lead. On a very, very breezy day here on the Mesa. So starting things off with the Conquistadors here in the second will be Mason Towns. Towns takes one inside for a ball. Mason is, where's he at here? Hitting 152 on the year so far. 7 hits and 6 RBIs. Flared foul. Is it in play? No, just over the other side of the fence. Where is it? That should have been the game. One and one to count. Inside corner for strike 2 call. And the wind just blowing tons of dust off the infield in big gusts. Towns takes a hack at strike 3 and goes down swinging for out number 1. That'll take us to number 17, Hunter Barthel. The sophomores on this Cabrillo squad. Takes ball 1, then fouls off the second pitch. Take us to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here in the Cabrillo second. Barthel hitting at a 262 pace. Moves outside. 2 balls and a strike. That one is high and outside, to say the least, for ball 3. 3-1 to Hunter Barthel. Marthel thought he had himself a free walk to first, but they're going to call that a strike on the inside corner. Take us to a full count, 3-2. Got him swinging. So a pair of strikeouts for Rasmussen there in the second. Vicente Controla now up to bat for the Conquistadors. With 2 down, looks at ball 1. Controla, the DH today. Wearing number 23. I took that one low for ball 2.
You have to make it a spot because if you don't, there'd be no long pass.
2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, bases empty. You're in the second. Swung on and missed for a strike. 2-1 now to Controla. Beautiful pitch on the inside portion of the plate. Called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Just missed with that one. Rasmussen loses his hat again. Players going to have to start keeping their hats on with chin straps, I think. 3-2 pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. And Tyler Rasmussen strikes out the side here in the second inning. 3 consecutive strikeouts, and the Conquistadors are done here in inning number 2. 2 complete here at McIntyre Field. Our score remains the Pirates 1, Conquistadors nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. It's also the home for the greatest rock and roll on the planet, and you can hear some of that not only every day, but a special show on Friday nights. And I'll remind you again on Friday's game. But Friday nights at 6 o'clock, please tune in for a show called New Tracks. Yours truly hosts 30 minutes worth of brand new music that we have just added to the KPEG playlist. It features some artists you probably haven't heard, some songs you're probably going to like. So check it out. We could be playing your brand new favorite song on Friday nights from 6 to 6:30. I hope you check it out. New Tracks right here exclusively 100.9 FM KPEG. It's a lot of fun. So we will go to the top of the third inning. Pirates with a 1-0 lead. Victor Heredia, seems like we've seen a lot of him already today. He is starting things off for the Pirates here in the third. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Swung on a miss for strike 2. Heredia down 0-2 real quick. Gets a piece of that one and fouls it into the parking lot. Stay alive at 0-2. Gonzalez working pretty quickly on the mound today. Missed with that one for a ball. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Gonzalez having a solid year. 1.59 ERA. It's well hit past Matthew on the mound and into center field for a leadoff single. And literally first base on a cloud of dust for Heredia. Brings up to Mason Young batting in the 2 spot. Ready over at first with nobody out. Young shows bunt. Nice one over to Gonzalez. He'll take it himself and run over to first to make the play unassisted. But Young does exactly what he was supposed to do. Advances the runner to second. So 1 down. Runner second base. And Justin Kozlowski up to bat. Ready with a sizable lead over at second. Gonzalez leaps that one in high and inside for ball 1. Pirates with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd. That one misses for ball 2. 2-0 now to Kozlowski. Just misses outside for ball 3. Kozlowski showed bunt there for just a second, then pulled up. See what he comes up with here. Showing bunt again. Pulls back, takes a strike. Nobody out here for the Pirates in the 3rd with the runner at second. It's Ready over there. High chopper. Gonzalez backhands it. Throw to first. Beautiful play by Matt Gonzalez. To backhand that play on the run, turn around and throw a bullet to first to record out number 1. Ready advances at 3rd on the play, however. So now with 1 out, runner at 3rd, Cole Knightley up to bat. Knightley batting in the cleanup spot, takes strike 1 call. Looking at an RBI opportunity with a Ready at 3rd. Well hit into center. Back, and gone. That one is gone down deep center field. And Cole Knightley will touch them all with a 2-run homer here in the 3rd. And in that win, to sail that over the center field fence, he hit that one really hard. That makes it 3-0. Pirates on top here in the 3rd. Rasmussen up. And Tyler will take one off the shoulder. And he'll advance to first on the hit batter. All this with 1 out here for the Pirates in the 3rd. Rasmussen will stay in. Doesn't seem to be too damaged by the hit. Nice lead over there at first for Rasmussen. This is Casey Hickman up to bat now. Takes ball 1. Fouls off the second pitch to even the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on here for the Pirates in the 3rd. Setting us leading 3-0. Belt high inside. Ball 2. This one smacked over towards second. Throw to first will retire Hickman. And the Pirates But they'll come up with 2 here in the third on a 2-run homer by Cole Knightley. And after 2.5, our score is the Pirates 3, Conquistadors nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. I didn't think I was going to be able to say this, but the wind is actually getting worse. There were 3 Pirate baseball caps rolling on the grass right now, with players desperately chasing behind them to try and get them, all in a cloud of dust. It is literally 40 miles an hour plus out here. This is nuts. Fortunately, we are a bit protected here in our little corner of the world. Or else we would have papers and hats flying as well. It is so bad out here wind-wise that normally we have the Cabrillo black and gold flags flying out there on the outfield fences. Not today. Powers that be were wise enough to decide to leave them inside today so they wouldn't get torn up, more than likely. If they had been flying, I suspect they would be straight out with no ripples whatsoever. It is blowing a gale out here today, folks. So we will go to the bottom of the third. Pirates with a 3-0 lead. And up to bat for the Conquistadors to start the third will be Kovac. One of the sophomores on this Cabrillo squad. And again, Rasmussen loses his hat during the pitch. And it's almost all the way to first base before we can track it down. And the second baseman for the Pirates ran all the way into foul territory past first base to track down his hat. Now the shortstop is doing the same thing. We spend more time chasing hats today than we've had chasing baseballs. I have never seen the home plate umpire call time in a game so players can retrieve their hats until today. And I've been doing this for a long time. Oh, my goodness. Here's a strike to go back. Should take us to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got him looking. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So 1 down here in the Cabrillo third.
Batting number 5, Austin Wolf.
Austin Wolf now up to bat. 5'11" junior. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Takes strike 2 called. Nice looking pitch. Wolf batting .208 on the year. 5 hits and a couple of RBIs. Goes after some high eye candy. For strike 3 and out number 2. So 2 more strikeouts for Rasmussen. And we'll go to the top of the Cabrillo batting order with Anthony Lopez. With 2 down, the base is clear here in the third. Outside for a ball. Just watch 3 birds try and fly from right to left across the field against the wind. Took them about 2 full minutes to fly about 150 feet. Yeah. It's windy, folks. Those birds are going to need to apply for Medicaid once they find a place to sit. Back to baseball, and a strike to Lopez. 2-1 the count. Inside corner, nice pretty pitch for strike 2. 2-2 pitch from Rasmussen. Flared foul. And started down the first baseline and ended up over the fence, out of play, 40 feet to the right. Did we mention it's windy? Count stays 2-2. Rasmussen misses that one low and inside for ball 3. Takes us to a full count to Lopez. Through 2 pitch. And Lopez will take the free pass to first with ball 4. So after a pair of strikeouts in this inning, Rasmussen walks batter number 3. And that will take us to Cesar Frausto, number 4. Throw to first, gets away. Lopez will get up off the dirt and trot over to second, from first on the error. So the Conquistadors are the runner in scoring position here at second base with 2 outs in the third. Pitch is outside for a ball. Frausto batting 192 coming into today. Pitch from Rasmussen, high and outside for ball 2. One on, 2 out in the third here for the Conquistadors. Trailing 3-0 here to the Pirates. Foul, high and out of play, right over my head. Two balls and a strike. Smacked right back to Rasmussen, who snags it, underhands it over to first. Nice reflexes by Tyler Rasmussen to snag that one. His well hit, smacked right back to the mound. Fielded, go to first, side retired. So no runs for the Conquistadors, no hits. 1 throwing error, 1 left on base. So after 3 complete here at Don McIntyre Field, our score remains the Pirates 3, the Conquistadors 0. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here, coming to you live from McIntyre Field. Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being with us today. We will be back on the air in a couple of days on Friday as we switch sports once again. We'll be right back up here at Cabrillo High School when the Cabrillo girls will take on the San Ynez softball team. That will be our last Cabrillo broadcast of the season. We'll come back, they got Easter break, spring break right after that, the following week, and then we'll come back with 2 games down at Lompoc High School to finish off our broadcast season on a Tuesday and Thursday when Dos Pueblos will come to town to take on the Braves. Tuesday it'll be baseball. Thursday It'll be softball. But next up, San Ynez. San Ynez. A bit of a power outage there. Sorry, San Ynez versus Cabrillo softball coming up here on Friday. So we'll go to the top of the fourth. And this is, who is this? Baruti. Dante Baruti up to bat. Takes 2 quick strikes. And then looks at a ball low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dante Baruti. Good baseball name. Baruti batting .333. Gonzalez just misses outside with that one. Evens a count of 2 apiece. Swung on and missed. Baruti goes down for out number 1 as Gonzalez records the strikeout. Ben Perez, number 10, up to bat now for the Pirates. With 1 out. Perez hitting at 167 coming into the day. Makes strike 1. Ben's had 7 hits on 42 at-bats, including 6 RBIs. Looks at ball 1. Two balls now to Perez, 2-1 the count. With a 1 out here in the top of the 4th. This is low and away for ball 3. Gonzalez struck out the first batter of the inning, now behind 3-1 here in the second. Inside to Perez, he'll take first on the walk. So a 1 out walk sends Perez to first. And Logan Ast will step into the batter's box for the Pirates. Ast lays down a bunt towards third. Gonzalez over to pick it up. Quick throw to first will record the out at first. Ast goes down, but Perez advances to second. So that records out number 2. And we go back to the top of the San Ynez Pirate batting order with Victor Heredia. Victor is a freshman playing varsity, one of several freshmen on this team.
Oh, you are?
1, 2, 3, 4 of them, as a matter of fact, as I cruise down the lineup here. 4 freshmen on this Pirate squad. Looks at a strike. One and one the count. Got it looking on that one. Strike 2. Reddy has got 10 RBIs on the year. Looking to pick up another one here with Perez at second. Gonzalez misses low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Just inside with that one. Takes us to a full count to Heredia. Three-two pitch. Fouled off the tip of the bat. Heredia stays alive at 3-2. Perez was on the move. He'll have to go back. It's 3-0 Pirates, trying to add some more here in the fourth. Here's the payoff pitch from Gonzalez. Well hit right back to Matt at the mound. However, he'll glove that one for out number 3. That was a catch it or get hit by Matthew, and he did a fine job fielding that one to record out number 3 and retire the Pirates here in the fourth. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. So after 3.5 here at McIntyre Field, our score remains the Pirates 3, Conquistadors nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Should also tell you about another special program we have here at KPEG. It's called the Local Music Hour. You can catch that one on Saturday nights at 7 o'clock. Hosted by our good friend and special guest host, Casey Farah, who is well involved in the local music scene. He's going to turn you on to some great music by local artists from right here in the Lompoc Valley and all around the Central Coast area. So you're guaranteed to hear some great stuff, probably that you haven't heard before. And it's well worth a listen. Thanks to Casey for bringing all that to us. You'll hear it exclusively here at 100.9 FM. It's the Local Music Hour, Saturday nights at 7. Hope you can join us. So we will get back to baseball action on the bottom of the 4th inning here from McIntyre Field. Cabrillo will come to bat. First up for the Conks, Patrick Garcia at number 12. Takes off his catcher's gear and picks up the bat here in the 4th inning. Smacks the first pitch into the left field. Should be playable. Even in the wind, nice play over there to record out number 1. That was Logan Ast over there fighting through the wind to make the play. There is no such thing as a routine fly ball today. So 1 pitch, 1 out here for the Conks here in the 4th. And just to pitcher Matthew Gonzalez. Check swing, ball 1. Catcher a little shaken up on the play there. That one was low and in the dirt. He's going to walk this off a little bit. That's Dante Baruti back there. Took that one in the neck area, I think, and looks like he's going to be able to shake that off and get back to business. So 1-0 pitch. Foul should be drifting out of play. As is everything hit to right field, will eventually drift foul and over the fence. It is the foul fence. 1 ball and 1 strike now. To Matt Gonzalez. And Matt smacks this one fair down the 3rd baseline, and he's going to turn the corner and head for second. And he is in safely at second, standing up with a nice 1-out double. So not only can Matthew Gonzalez pitch, he can hit the ball as well. Gonzalez hitting a .256 on the year, and he's up at second with 1 down. Mason Towns now up to bat for the Conquistadors. Throw to second. Gonzalez back safely. Rasmussen keeping an eye on his counterpart pitcher over there at second base right now. Well hit ball down third by Gonzalez. Pitcher Rasmussen high. I believe that takes us to time out. Fences are blowing open here. Did we mention it's windy? I haven't had too many hats flying lately. I think maybe they finally super glued them to their heads out of desperation. Now, 1-0 pitch to Towns. That was low for ball 2. Matt Gonzalez on second for the Conks here in the 4th inning. Pitch to Towns is again low now for ball 3. So Mason Towns ahead of the count, 3-0. Little rally clap going here by the Conquistador faithful. Nice little crowd here in spite of the rain. Now he's taking all the way. Looks at strike 1. And just as I say it, there goes the first baseman's hat all the way to the fence. And that's Cole Knightley retrieving his headgear. Winds are really gusting again. There's a 3-1 to Towns. Inside corner for a strike Cole. So from 3-0, we go to a full count. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Rasmussen. Checks the runner. Grounder over towards second. Bobbled. Throw in time. Insurance throw over to Gonzalez at third. Not in time. But even with the bobble at second, the quick throw over to first will record the out. Towns will sit down, and with 2 down,
Number 17,
Hunter Barthel will step in. 6-foot sophomore for the Conquistadors. Gonzalez now at third. Pitch is high and out for ball 1. Conquistadors trail 3-0, trying to get a run on the board here in the 4th. Rafael takes ball 2 high. Two-0 pitch. This is low. 3 straight balls to Barthel. Puts him ahead of the count. Rasmussen doesn't waste a lot of time on the mound either. Right down the middle. Strike 1 called. Three-one pitch. Just inside, ball 4, and that'll send Barthel to first on the walk. So with 2 outs, runners at first and third now for the Conquistadors.
Number 23,
Vicente Conchola steps up to the batter's box for the Conquistadors with a chance to do something good. Throw to first. Not in time. Barthel dives back safely. There's a strike to Conchola. 2 on, 2 out for the Conchs here in the fourth, trailing by 3 runs. They're kind of keep you honest type throw over there first. Runner going. Here's a well-hit ball into center field. That's going to score Gonzalez from third. And a poor throw is going to get by the second baseman into center field. That's going to score Barthel all the way. He was at third and made home after the overthrow. So 2 runs across for the Conquistadors here in the fourth. And Canchola ends up at second. So that's a single and an error. And it's now 3-2. All this happening with 2 outs. And we go to Luke Kovac. High fly over towards third. Infield fly, fielded there to record this third out and retire the side. That was an adventure in itself, trying to track down that ball in the wind. But Cabrillo finally gets on the board here in the fourth inning. They score 2. They'll leave 1. So after 4 complete innings, our score is now the Pirates 3 and the Conquistadors 2. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Don't forget, we don't only do good rock and roll, great rock and roll, and terrific local sports. We also cover special events. And one of the special things we've got coming up here in a week or so is a special council meeting. We do regular council meetings as well on the first and third Tuesdays of the month. But on Wednesday the 17th is going to be a special meeting at the Lompoc City Council to discuss the upcoming budget. And that's going to be a big discussion. If you're interested in that sort of thing, and I hope you are, please tune in. If you can't get to City Hall on your own, you can catch it at TAP TV channel 23, right here at 100.9 FM, or on the city website, streaming live as well. So that's Tuesday the 16th, regular meeting, I believe, starts at 6 o'clock. 6:30 is the open session, and then back-to-back meetings on Wednesday the 17th. We'll be right back for a 6:30 start for the special budget meeting. I hope you can join us for that. Again, an exclusive offering here of your friends at KPEG Radio and TAP TV. So we will go to the top of the 5th inning now. Pirates leading 3-2. And Mason Young up to bat. Takes 2 balls to start things off. And fouls one away for strike 1. Mason Young, I believe, leading the Pirates in batting average at .358 on the year. Takes ball 3. $19 hits, including a pair of doubles and 7 RBIs to his credit. Fouls another one off the screen for strike 2. Pirates batting as a team at .286. It's fairly reasonable. Stays alive, fouling off another one. Scanning down the Pirate lineup, they've got 8 players batting 300 or better. Young fouls off another one, stays up at 3-2. Top of the 5th with the Pirates leading 3-2, nobody out. And Young fouls off yet another one. Right back towards the screen in front of where we are here. Gonzalez now ready for the 3-2 again. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. I think that's the second strikeout from Matt today. Records out number 1 here in the 5th and brings up Justin Kozlowski. Takes ball 1. That one misses just away for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Kozlowski. Gonzalez working with some pace out there now. Here's a ball hit over towards short. Picked up on the run. Quick throw to first to record the out. Well played over there at short. Towns snagged that one on the run and threw a bullet over to first to record the out. It's 2 down here in the Pirate 5th and brings us to Cole Knightley. You know what he did last time he was up. And there's the 2-run homer that gave what was a 3-0 lead to the Pirates at the time. Looks at ball 1. Ooh, got him swinging at a sinker. 1-1 now the count to Knightley. Blowing away from Gonzalez for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now to Knightley. Matthew working pretty quickly there on the mound. Here he comes again. In the dirt with that one. For ball 3. So a 3-1 count to Knightley with 2 down here in the Pirate 5th. Chopper over toward Towns at short. He's got it. Another throw. This one low, but dug out. In time to record the out and retire the side. So well played there defensively by the Conquistadors. Kovac over there at first did a nice job digging that one out of the dirt to record the out and retire the side. The Pirates retired in order here in the 5th inning. So after 4.5, our score remains the Pirates 3, the Conquistadors 2. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. What else can we tell you about? Oh, I know what we can tell you about. Spring Fest coming up. The 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. That's next weekend. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. Down at Ryan Park, all sorts of fun and festivities going on down there. KPEG Radio will be on site on Saturday afternoon. If you'd like to come down, there's free admission to Spring Fest. It's not like the Flower Festival. You don't have to pay to get into the park. It's all free entertainment. Lots of food booths, lots of stuff going on. Come down and find us at the KPEG booth. Maybe even score some free KPEG swag. We got some bumper stickers, maybe even a t-shirt or two. Check us out Saturday afternoon down at Ryan Park for Springfest. That's Saturday the 20th. Hope you can join us. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Cabrillo trailing by 1. They will send. Who will they send? Austin Wolf will step up for the Conquistadors. Takes the ball 1 and then fouls off the second pitch for strike 1. 1-1 now to Wolf. Takes a strike. Wolf, a 5'11" junior wearing a black and gold. Of course, the Conquistadors mostly in their home whites. Goes after that one, strike 3, and Wolf is retired for out number 1. Another strikeout for Rasmussen. I believe that's 6 for him now. Lopez up to bat. First pitch over to shortstop. Good throw to first to record out number 2. Nice job by Heredia fielding that one. Quick throw over to Knightley at first, and we got 2 down. Cesar Frausto now up, batting in the 2 spot. Fouls back the first pitch right above my head for strike 1. Once again, very thankful for the man who had been in chain link fencing. One-0 pitch is just a bit outside for a ball. Frausto, one of the few left-handed hitters we see today. Smacks this one over towards short. Gonna be bobbled. Throw is offline. Frausto will turn the corner and head for second. And he slides in safely. So Frausto will be on second on an error. It'll take us to catcher Patrick Garcia, number 12. Frausto dancing around over at second. Rasmussen giving him the eye. It's 3-2. Pirates lead by 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Tying run over at second for the Conks. Garcia fouls that one off. Strike 1 to Garcia. Oh, high and away with that one from Rasmussen for a ball. 1-1 now to Garcia. Pat hitting .306 on the year. Digs that one out. Brings it right over the mound into center field. And we got a tie ball game as Frausto scores from second. An RBI single by Pat Garcia ties us up at 3.
Now batting, number 13,
Matt Gonzalez now. Starting pitcher for the Conks will step into the batter's box. Takes strike 1. Garcia over at first for the Conks. 2 down here in the 5th. High fly ball drifting over into right field. Could be trouble. And a beautiful diving catch out there in right. And I do mean a beautiful diving catch. In that wind, that is crazy to try and do. Who was that out there? Perez? Or Sizemore? Sizemore out there playing right field. And what a job he did to field that one and retire the side here in the 5th. The Conquistadors come up with a 1. Hit and an error, 1 across. So after 5 complete innings here at McIntyre Field, our score is all tied up. It's San Ynez 3, Cabrillo 3. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here from McIntyre Field. Bill Smith back at the studio, pushing buttons, dialing things in. Don't forget, you can catch us on the web as well at kpegradio.com. Something else coming up here in the near future. This Saturday, as a matter of fact, there's a ceremony going on at River Park. Every year to celebrate Arbor Day, the city recognizes some local individuals who have contributed a lot to the quality of life here in the Lompoc Valley. There's 2 recipients this year, both very deserving. So they're going to have a tree planting and a little ceremony to honor their contributions to the welfare of our community. This Saturday the 13th at 10 a.m. at River Park. If you'd like to join in that ceremony, that's the time to be there. 10 a.m. Saturday the 13th, River Park, for our annual Recognition Groves ceremony. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Tyler Rasmussen will lead off for the Pirates. Takes strike 1 called. And then looks at a ball outside. 1-1 to Rasmussen. Little pitcher-on-pitcher action here in the 6th inning. Rasmussen gets the tip of the bat on that one and fouls it out to the parking lot. One ball, 2 strikes. Drills this one over to short. Towns fields is on the run. Nice throw to first to record the out. Well done. Well done by Mason Towns over there, having a nice day over at short for the Conquistadors. Takes us to Casey Hickman. Third baseman for the Pirates takes strike 1. One outside from Gonzalez for a ball. 1-1 now to Hickman. Hickman batting .277 on the year. Looks at ball 2. Bases are empty here in the 6th with 1 out. Another smack. This one is going to get past Towns and into center field for a 1-out single. That one found the gap in between short and second.
Now batting number 11, Dante Baruti.
So Hickman at first, Baruti up to bat. Left-hander for the Pirates. Time called by our home plate umpire. Now we're back to baseball. The wind has died down just a little bit. That pitch is way inside. Gets all the way to the backstop, and Hickman will go over to second with no throw. So with 1 out, the Pirates now have a runner at second base. A go-ahead run at second with Baruti looking at a 1-0 count. Gonzalez backs off the rubber, checking the runner at second base. Rudy gets just a piece of that one, fouls it off the backstop. For a strike. 1-1 now to Baruti. Baruti with 10 RBIs on the year, looking at a possibility right now, like Hickman over at second base. Gonzalez checking the runner at second, trying to keep a hold on Hickman. There's the pitch. This one will be fouled on the first baseline. Baruti, a 6'1", 150-pound senior, playing his last few games here for the Pirates. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And time call. Indeed, the wind has seemed to have died down. We're down into probably the 20-mile-an-hour range now. There's still a nice little breeze, but here's a well-hit ball into right field. Playable, however. Hickman will tag up from second and end up at third. With 2 outs now, as Baruti flies out to right. That'll bring up Ben Perez.
Number 10, Ben Perez.
Go ahead and run for the Pirates now at third base. With 2 outs now for San Ynez here in the 6th. At the knees and inside for ball 1. Swinging at that one for a strike. Evens a count at 1 apiece to Perez. Gonzalez misses that one for ball 2. Perez batting in the 8th spot. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Evens a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Logan Ast on deck. And Perez can get on. Check swing ball. And we found ourselves to another full count. 3-2 to Ben Perez with a runner at third. Big pitch here. Got him swinging. Strike 3. And that will retire the Pirates here in the 6th. And they're going to leave a runner stranded at third.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on.
No runs for the Pirates. 1 hit. They'll leave 1. So after 5.5 here at McIntyre Field, our score is still tied up at 3. Pirates 3, Conquistadors 3. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here with you. Statmeister Mike Mooney unable to attend today. He will be back with us hopefully on Friday. Once again, we will be back here at Cabrillo High School, just to our left at the softball complex, when the San Ynez girls will come to town to take on the Cabrillo softball team. And our last Cabrillo broadcast of the season. It should be an interesting one as well. Let's take a quick look as we have a moment to the Channel League standings. Santa Barbara on top of the league at 7-2. Lompoc just behind at 7-4. DP at 5-4. St. Ynez here today at 4-5. San Marcos at 3-6. And Cabrillo trailing at 3-8. So the Pirates, 1 game out of the 3rd playoff spot as we come into today. Starting things off for the Conquistadors here in the bottom of the sixth is number 6, Mason Towns. Doing a fine job over at shortstop for the Conquistadors so far today. Towns looking now at a 2 balls and 1 strike count. Grounds this one over towards second. Throw to first will retire Towns and record out number 1. That'll bring us to number 17. Hunter Barthel. Takes one inside for ball 1. Rasmussen not wasting any time at all out there. Low with that one for ball 2. So Barthel quickly ahead, 2-0. Takes that one on the outside corner for called strike 1. One out here in the Cabrillo half of the 6th. So the high heat gets Barthel swinging for strike 2. 2-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 2. Barthel goes down swinging. Unofficially, the 7th strikeout for Rasmussen. Canchola up to bat now for the Conquistadors. Vincente takes ball 1. Canchola hitting at 167 coming in. Takes that one on the inside, on the corner for strike 1. Evens the count at 1 apiece. With 2 down here in the Cabrillo 6th. Fouled high, should be out of play down third base, and is back into the dugout area. One ball, 2 strikes to Canchola. Just a bit outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty here in the 6th for the Conks in a 3-3 ball game. Got him on the inside corner of the plate. Strike 3 called, and the side is retired. So the Conquistadors will go down in order here in the 6th inning.
No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base.
8 Ks, I believe, now for Rasmussen as we go to the top of the 7th. 6 full innings here done here at McIntyre Field, and we're tied at 3. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Go back to the standings real quick here if we can. Torres San Ynez is 1 game behind Dos Pueblos for the 3rd playoff spot. DP is playing San Marcos today. So that's an important game for the Pirates. Cabrillo at 3-8. They're 4 games behind in the win column. 2 games back of the last playoff spot. So Cabrillo would have to pretty much win out the remaining 3 games, plus get some help if they were to try and get to the postseason. It all starts with a win here this afternoon. We'll go into the 7th, tied up at 3. Pirates left a runner at 3rd in last inning. Somebody's going to have to score one here in the 7th, but we get some extra bonus play today. Starting things off for the Pirates here in the 7th will be Logan Ast, number 22. Logan playing in left field today for the Pirates. I'm kind of in left field myself today, but that's kind of par for the course. Actually. And when you talk about the Cabrillo schedule and what they have to do to try and get in the postseason, remember they got one more game against St. Inez this week, and then their last 2 games of the year at Santa Barbara, league-leading Santa Barbara Dons, to polish off the season. So it's a tough order for the Conquistadors. And on the mound for the Conquistadors here to start things off in the 7th is new pitcher Luke Kovac. Matt Gonzalez pitched 6 complete. Kovac trying to finish it off. Starts off with 2 balls to Ast. Ast squares the bunt and fouls this one off. Makes it 2 balls and a strike to Logan Ast. Ast, just a sophomore. Takes one on the inside corner of the plate for a strike. Evans is up at 2 apiece. We've seen Kovac in relief before. He's got 10 appearances and 3 saves. Now he's taking this one to a full count, 3-2 to Logan Ast. Here comes the wind again, blowing up to dust storms out there in the infield, and here at home plate as well. It is back to gale force. 3-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Strike 3. Ast goes down for out number 1.
Now batting number 5, Victor Heredia.
Back to the top of the order we go. Victor Heredia up. With 1 out here in the 7th. Drills this one right over to second base. Route number 2.
Number 4, Mason Young.
Frausto right there where it needed to be to catch that one for route number 2. And we will go to Mason Young with 2 outs. Fouls the first pitch off the screen for strike 1. Looks at that one right down the middle of the pipe for strike 2. So Young behind 0-2. And drills this one right over to first base for the quick third out. So nice work by Kovac to retire the side in order here in the 7th. Pirates come up empty. 6.5 done here at McIntyre, and we're still tied up at 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cabrillo with a chance to win it here and get the victory at home here in the bottom of the inning. And that would be the first step, the next step towards trying to keep their season on a positive route. Throwing things at me again. Overall record for the Conch this year is 5-12, 3-8 in the league. Run production has been a bit of a problem for the Conquistadors. They've scored 50 runs coming in, allowed 110. The team batting average is a little rough. Where are we? Team batting average is 220. So run production has been a problem. The last couple of times we've seen them here this season, they've had a succession of errors that have cost them some runs as well on the defensive side. Been good on the errors count today. Right now, all that matters is trying to put a run on the board here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And to start things off, relief pitcher Luke Kovac will step in. Cabrillo with a chance to finish it off here in the bottom of the 7th. Tied up at 3. Here we go. Rasmussen still on the mound for the Pirates to try and finish this off. Kovac takes ball 1, then looks at strike 1. Even count of 1 apiece to Kovac. Then he smacks this one over towards short. That'll be fielded for out number 1. Nice play to rotate over to his left to make that play.
Now batting number 24, Alex.
So 1 down. And pinch hitter Brown steps in. Alec Brown. Brown is 6'4" junior here. Looking at a 2-1 count now. Brown batting 182. Looking for a hit here to keep the Conquistadors going here in the 7th. Takes one inside for ball 3. 3-1 now to Alec Brown. Chopper over toward third. 1 bounce, throw to first. That'll record out number 2 as Brown goes down. And we are 1 out away from extra innings here at McIntyre. We will go to the top of the Cabrillo batting order, which is where you'd probably want to be under this circumstance. Anthony Lopez. Takes ball 1, then looks at strike 1 called, even count at 1 apiece. Lopez batting .333, would sure like to get on base right about now. Takes strike 2 called on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strike to Lopez. Little blooper, could be trouble. No, over the shoulder catch there by second baseman. Will retire the side and end the inning. So the Conquistadors go down in order here in the bottom of the 7th. So we've reached the end of regulation here at McIntyre Field, and 7 innings complete, and we're tied up 3 apiece. Pirates and Conquistadors. We get some bonus baseball, folks. How do you like that? It's the game of the week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG, and we're going to go to the top of the 8th. Luke Kovac will continue to pitch for the Conquistadors. Says here Luke has a 6.80 ERA in relief. Does a good job retiring the Pirates in order there in the 7th. And a brief respite in the wind. Take a look at the remainder of the schedule for the Pirates. We mentioned they're one game out. They've got, I can turn my pages. They're looking at a couple against Dos Pueblos and then finishing out the season with 2 against San Marcos. They're going to have to win a few of those if they want to try and break into the 3 spot for Channel League playoff action. Number 32, Justin Kozlowski steps in to start things on for the Pirates here in the 8th. Takes strike 1 and then ball 1. 1-1 now to Kozlowski. Nice pitch by Kovac, strike 2. 1-2 to number 32. Hits this one off the hands, knocked down at third, long throw across the field, just in time. Kozlowski can't beat the throw, and there's out number 1. Nicely done over there at third by Lopez to knock that one down, get a handle on it, and a good throw across the field for out number 1.
Yes.
That brings us to Big Cole Knightley. Already seen he can hit the ball hard. One of those right now would be a big help for the Pirates. And a big hurt on the Conquistadors. Takes strike 1, does Knightley, then looks at ball 1. One and one now to Knightley. It was low for ball 2. Hit ball, left field, hanging up in the wind. And Knightley will be retired for out number 2. From just a pitcher, Tyler Rasmussen.
Now batting number 18, Tyler Rasmussen.
Rasmussen listed at 6'4", and I believe it. With 2 out, Rasmussen looks at that ball 1 outside. Takes one low and in for ball 2. 2 down here in the Pirate half of the 8th. Swing and a miss by Rasmussen for strike 1. 2 balls in the strike. Pitcher on pitcher here in the 8th inning. You got a tie ball game, 3-3. There's one low and in. 3 balls, 1 strike to Rasmussen. And ball 4 from Kovac will send Rasmussen to first. Now let's see if the Pirates can do anything with it. Casey Hickman up to bat now with the go-ahead run at first. Going to back out. Kovac ready. Pitches the ball. Should mention Kovac also bats left-handed, throwing left-handed as well. Something a little different for the Pirates to look at here after Gonzalez. Throw to first. Plenty of time for Rasmussen to get back, standing up. 2 down here in the top of the 8th inning. Bonus baseball this afternoon. Pitch to Hickman is high. Ball 2. Called strike. 2 balls and a strike to Hickman. This one smacked over second base into center field. Rasmussen will hold at second. So with 2 outs, we had a walk and now a single. Runners at first and second now for the Pirates with 2 down. And that will takes us back to number 11, Dante Berruti. Berruti takes strike 1 called. Kovac outside with that one. Ball and a strike to Berruti. Go ahead run at second now for the Pirates. Kovac puts that one in there for strike 2 call. Kovac 1 strike away from getting out of a jam here in the 8th. This one off the hands and drifts foul. Just to the right of the chalk down first base. So Berruti will stay alive at 1 and 2. Three is our score. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Pirates have runners at first and second with 2 down. Pitch is low down by the feet. Nice job by Garcia to keep a glove on that one. Holds the runner at second. Evens our count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. High and away. And all of a sudden we got a full count at the plate. With runners at first and second. And the wind gust picking up again. Big pitch here, 3-2 with 2 down. Fouled high out of play. Over towards the parking lot. Initially that one went just about straight up from home plate and then drifted about 40 feet to the right. Good day to be a bird, as long as you're flying in the right direction. 3-2 pitch. Walked him. And all of a sudden, with 2 outs, the Pirates have loaded the bases here in the 8th. And that will bring us to a conference on the mound. Garcia will go out, talk with Kovac. Up for the Pirates will be Ben Perez. The go-ahead run at third. Bases are full here for the Pirates in the 8th. First time either team has had the bases juiced today. See if the Pirates can take advantage of it. First pitch swinging, high fly ball, shallow right field. Fighting the wind and makes the spectacular catch on his knees. That's Barthel out there in right field. Had to fall down to his knees to track that one in the wind and did a great job to glove that one. At that drop, that would have scored at least one, probably two. As it is, it's out number 3, and the Pirates are retired here in the 8th. And you got to give a lot of credit to Barthel to make that one. So the Pirates are going to strand 3 here in the 8th and come up empty. 7.5 done here at McIntyre Field. Our score is still the Pirates 3, the Conquistadors 3. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. And it looks as though we will have a pitching change for the Pirates as well here. Seems as Justin Kozlowski is going to come out to pitch for the Pirates here in the 8th. Remember seeing him once before. He's got a really interesting delivery. His body is at a right angle at his waist. His upper part of his body almost parallel to the ground, and he has a very deep sidearm delivery. Really hard to track. But pretty accurate. Going to be something very different for the Conquistadors to look at here in the 8th inning. Another chance for the Conks to walk off with a win here in the bottom of the 8th, having held the Pirates scoreless in the top half of the inning. It's 3-3. Bonus baseball here on the Game of the Week. Glad you're with us. Trust me, you're better off being at home listening on the radio today. As we approach the 6 o'clock hour here at KPEG, thank you for sticking with us for extra innings baseball. This is a lot of fun here today. 3-3 tied up here after 7.5. Don't forget, we'll be back on the air this Friday as the Cabrillo Conquistadors softball team will host the San Ynez Pirates. Game time is scheduled for 3:30, I believe. Hope you can join us for that one. So, Cesar Frausto up for the Conquistadors. First pitch swinging and fouls this one over towards the Pirate dugout for strike one. Kozlowski's low with that one for 1 ball, 1 strike. Fans toughing it out here as well, hanging out for this bonus baseball today as well. Good crowd here, despite the weather. And that one's going to clip Frausto on the way by to the backstop, and he'll take first. So Frausto on first. That brings up Garcia.
Now batting number 12, Patrick Garcia.
So the winning run at first for the Conks with nobody out here in the 8th. Pitch low and in for ball one. Wind picking up yet again here at McIntyre Field. Swing and a miss by Garcia. Takes the count to 1-1. Frausto at first for the Conks. Grounder just fouled down the third baseline. Fouled by 3 or 4 inches. Garcia just got a little bit ahead of that one. Takes the count to 1-2. One-two pitch. Frausto going. Slides head first safely into second base. Pitch at the plate was a ball, so the count 2-2 now. Frausto at second base. Winning run in scoring position for the Conquistadors here in the bottom of the 8th. In what is surely a must-win for any postseason hopes for the black and gold. And the rally claps are going. Throw to second. Nice move, but Frausto back in time. Back at the plate, the count's still 2-2. Nobody out here for the Conks in the 8th. Trying to get the walk-off win. Garcia digs that one out and fouls it down third base. Count stays even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner at second base for the Conquistadors. Thought about a throw to second. Runner just backs off the mound and will reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Garcia. A single could win it for the Conquistadors. Reached out for that one. Strike 3. And Garcia goes down swinging for out number 1.
Number 13,
It'll bring us to Matt Gonzalez. And they're going to give him an intentional pass. Puts the force out in play. So runners at first and second for the Conquistadors with 1 out. Mason Towns up to bat. Towns looks at strike 1 on the inside corner. One out here in the Cabrillo 8th inning. Runners at first and second. Trying to win this thing with a hit. Outside with that one was Kozlowski. Nice stop there by Baruti. One the count. Just missed with that one outside and low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now. To Mason Towns. Good time for an RBI. Swung out, hit fouled on the third baseline. Up in front of that one a little bit. Takes us to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mason Towns. 2 runners on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. We got a tie ball game, 3-3. Cabrillo trying to come up with the extra inning win. Towns fouls this one out of play. Stays alive at 2-2. Sky is beautifully clear here on the mesa. There's some nice big thunderheads to the east of us towards San Ynez Valley. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Kozlowski. Inside and low for ball 3. So we got a full count at the plate with runners at first and second for the Conquistadors. Cabrillo 1 ball away from loading the bases here with only 1 down. Big 3-2 pitch here. Well hit into right. That's going to drop. That's it. An RBI double by Mason Towns, and this one is over. A walk-off double by Mason Towns, and the Conks are going to win this one 4-3 in 8. And they are having a good time out there right now. What a victory for the Conquistadors here this afternoon in a thriller in 8 innings. That's going to take them to 4-8 in league play. It's going to drop San Ynez to 4-6.
Good job, seniors. Good job, Cabrillo.
And that's going to make every game just that more important here for both of these squads as they try and sneak their way into the playoffs. Teams out there on the field now congratulating one another. Everybody probably happy this one's over so they can go get the sand out of their hair. But this was a good one. I'm glad we stuck around for this one. This has been a fun one. 4-3 our final score here from McIntyre. The Cabrillo Conquistadors win it on an winning RBI by Mason Towns here in the 8th. Thank you for joining us today. For Bill Smith back at the studio, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Don't forget, we'll be back on the air Friday at 3:30 when the Cabrillo Conquistadors softball team will host the San Ynez Pirates. Once again, our final score from McIntyre Field today, the Cabrillo Conquistadors 4, the San Ynez Pirates 3. Now we'll send you back to the greatest rock and roll on the planet at 100.9 KPEG. Good night, everybody.